Hi, baby girl. Hi. What's up? I know, I'm gonna be going late tonight. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's too hot to get stuff done during the day today, baby. No. I know. You don't like when I change up my schedule. I'm sorry, Prince. Come here, Prince. No. No, don't knit me. Don't knit me. I love you, Prince. Do you want me to make the light less bright? I could use my other lights. They're not affecting me as much. Let me just turn this one around so that it's not like blinding you in the face. Is that better? Is that a little better? Yeah, less bright, so you can see. Try not to swallow on camera or mic. Oh, right, I could just mute the mic for a sec. There you go, now we have the mic back on. I didn't want to belch on camera. What's it called? On mic. I've got spooky music going on right now. Which track is this? Oh, interesting. I see, I see. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the cat. That made me sound like that made me sound like stuff for a second. I'm watching a lot of stuff streams again. But yeah, welcome on in. Hi, Eli. It was too hot to really do a lot of anything during the day. We're having a few days of it being. Oh, let's see. How high did it get up to today? Today was 94. Tomorrow's going to be 96, and then Wednesday's going to be 94 again. So, yeah, it's just too hot. So I'm going to stream at night again for a little bit. Hey there. Oh my goodness, the cats are shaking hands. The cats are shaking hands. That's very good. How are you guys? Let me know how you're doing. Hope you're faring well. But yeah, I have stuff I wanted to do. I really liked doing a co-working stream last month to get stuff done, get planning done for the month ahead. Hi, Bucky. Have a good lurk. Oh, good. Everything is working, right? That's good. Have a good lurk and congratulations on your move. I hope it all went smoothly, or as smoothly as it could. Get lots of rest. You already did your work today. You don't have to co-work, you co-rest. But everybody can co-rest. So I'm going to switch on over. And we've got two things going. So we'll have Handy Dandy Spirit Lo-Fi for a little bit, but then I'll switch back and forth, kind of like last month, between using my giant pile of stationery and showing some of the things that I do and that I'm trying this month to keep organized and keep on top of my to-do lists. I also have some stuff that I've been getting stuck on, and so I'm just kind of rubber duck y'all as I work on strategies for getting unstuck on a couple of different things too. If you are working on anything that you want to share tonight, please feel free to drop it in the chat at any time. But yeah, let's see, what's changed? Yeah, the rubber duck. Hell yeah. Glad to be the duck. I'm happy to have you as a duck. What has changed on my little person? I added a little bit of color to their outfit. Just a little. But something that I want to talk about as well is my excitement for deciding, like, why don't I start celebrating Halloween next month? And who knows when I'll stop celebrating Halloween. It's arguable that maybe I've never stopped, but I don't know. I've wanted to bring a little bit more cozy spookiness to the cafe. And I know my overlay plans and stuff like that will eventually do that. But, you know, as I'm thinking about planning for the month ahead, and that dreaded word of content, part of what I was thinking too is like, yeah, I could start bringing in Halloween stuff then. I've got music and sound effects up. I've got sound effects going from Spirit City. But if you need me to adjust any of those, just let me know. And I will be happy to do so. I'm happy to see all y'all. Hope you're all doing well. And I'm gonna start up a timer. The first task that we're gonna get done today is just brain dumping. This time though, so last time I did brain dumping by putting everything into a digital list. That worked pretty okay. The only issue, and it's the same issue I always have when I use digital tools, is that I didn't look back at it later. So I looked back at it when I had it open, but I had to not have it open all the time. And eventually I didn't look back at it anymore. Try not to have everything knock over. So I am going to do good old-fashioned brain dumping on notebook paper this time. And for the sake of like, it's doing the thing because I forgot to adjust the webcam. I should just put a sticky note on my laptop that says, always make sure to turn the autofocus off. Because it gives people, including yourself, headaches. There we go. Now it's off. We'll see if the cats go to the blanket today. They're kind of in their sleeping spots right now, though. I don't know where Seatbelt is. She was here. Oh, there she is. Seatbelt has gotten a hold of one of my reusable tote bags that I use for grocery shopping, and she has made a nice little nest out of it. She is very comfortable on it. But she is watching me stream right now. Hi, Seatbelt. No. She's being very sweet. Prince is... Oops, sorry. Prince is watching me stream from my bed. I started laughing because she is completely belly up right now. And she has her head tilted. So she's just looking at me like, why aren't you in bed right now? And the answer is, I was in bed during most of the hot hours of the day, sweetie, and so were you. That meant that that was the time that I was in bed today, not that that was going to just be bonus bedtime today. Prince does not look super pleased about this, but I think she will fall asleep anyways, which is good. Got a bunch of game music going on. Let me make sure that it's on for the VOD. Boop. Should be. It is. Okay. So that will be going as well. Enjoy your nice beverages. Thank you for checking in. Hey, Stars! Yeah, Stars, I only see you when I stream this late. So, yeah, I might do some late night streams. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow or not. Wednesday will too. I saw Nosferatu, the one that came out in 2024, so last year, finally, and it was as wonderful as I could have hoped. I adored it. It was great. And hi! I love the Minsu emotes. And I badly want to do watercolor studies from it. I got the transfer from Throne about a couple of things that people put on my wish list that I was going to order from the websites of art stores, and then they didn't have some of the things, and then it was like a whole thing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to the art store and get the things that people got for me off of my throne. So that is including also some watercolor paper within a new sketchbook, which I really need right now too. So I'm going to see if there's a time I can do that tomorrow before it gets too hot. And before, well, I'll have to see when they actually open up the store, but I'll also see if I can do that before a networking call I have tomorrow. If that doesn't get postponed, it might get postponed because I responded to it late. I'm rambling. I'm a little sick. Oh, okay. I hope you feel better soon. Get some rest. Oh my gosh, can I stop hitting my microphone? So sorry. As always, if you need me to adjust any of my audio, feel free. This is also why I need to brain dump, because I have too many things on my brain right now, and I need to get some of it out. I put my tools I'm going to use today in the little pencil pouch that I never use. It's kind of too small for all of the writing utensils that I have, but it is nice for when I just want to select like some specific things and take them somewhere. So this is kind of my to-go bag more than my storage bag, because I need a bin to store all my writing things. Also, I think I'm a little husky voice today, and I'm not sure why, but hopefully that sounds all right. Hello there. Hi, Alan. Hope you're doing well. So I'm gonna get my pen out. I'm gonna keep my screen small for this part because there's nothing really interesting to look at in my notebook. It is just a plain, giant college-ruled notebook. Put some of my pretty stationery there for you to look at. There you go. So we'll leave it on the Spirit City thing. And what brain dumping is just kind of what it is on the tin. It is a strategy for getting a bunch of things that you might have on your brain of like to-dos that you have. There's no categorizing to them yet or anything like that. You're just like, I need to do this, I need to do that. And you're just writing it all down so that you can start to sort it out and bring order to the chaos. So, but we do have Spirit City open. Um, So we're going to play with that just a little bit, just a little teeny tiny bit, and then we'll get going. What are the things that I changed? I have longer hair, so I gave my person longer hair. Added a little color to their wardrobe. And I got my little bat. I think I had my bat last time too. A little Sakura bat. Let's see if there's any spirits we could find. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's the Among Us one. Saw something in the snowstorm. That looks cute. That's new. While the sun is out, every time I tidy the floor near the window, I notice soil-covered footprints a few minutes later. Ooh, that could be cute. Little lizard with a flower. And then meditation. Okay. I guess let's go ahead and put out the one. Saw something through the snowstorm, so I'm guessing that means window. And if you're new to Spirit City, you'll get hints on how to find these different spirits. And depending on the different decor things or activities you can make your person do while you get the productivity timer going, you can unlock new little buddies like this little bat and give them a little pet. And they love it. It's just very cute. Let's see. So bay window. I'm gonna do some looking. Oh, there is specifically a looking activity. And then I guess we're gonna have to do a windstorm. What is that? Or a snowstorm, rather. Gentle snowstorm. Gentle snowstorms only. Here, I'll go ahead and turn off the ocean. And turn on that. I like snowstorm sounds. They tend to be very quiet though, so I don't think we'll necessarily hear it. Oh yeah, look, there's the snow. And I think it's in decor where we can change what the window looks like. I think. Scenery, okay. There we go. Oh, that's cute. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. Like, oh, this is cute. This is cute. There we go. Nice. All right. Okay, cool. And when you pick the correct things, the spirit decks icon will start kind of rotating like that. And then it takes time. The more stuff that you do, like use the productivity timer and stuff like that, the more that it will get you closer to finding a little companion. Easy peasy. So we'll do a 20-minute session. I'm just going to do them one at a time for now. And yeah, I'll brain dump. Brain dump in chat. But yeah, I figured my little character was more interesting to look at. Okay, the only thing... Okay, it is going. It's a newer playlist I put together, so I'm still getting used to the different volumes that it has. Some songs are just a lot quieter because I aimed for mostly kind of chill soundtracks, so some are a little bit more intense, but nothing is too like super super upbeat. There's like a couple of fun ones in there, but yeah. Aw, Prince was too tired to stay up and stare at me for staying up too late. She's already out. She's breathing super deep. Oh, kitty dreams. She had a little paw twitch. It's cute. Okay. Brain dumping. And I also wonder if I do have some of my old lists too. Not all of them. Oh, I do have some of the. That's cool. Okay, so I'm importing things from. I found the digital one that I said like only somewhat worked because eventually I stopped looking at it. So that's really nice because now I can import it over to here. Yeah, there's even stuff that I finished and then I just didn't even cross it off on there. But that's cool. I get to see that there's less on there than I thought. If you have way too many things on your mind, when it comes to things you want to do, if you have a whole, I also recommend if like you don't necessarily have too many things, but you're trying to do a couple of different projects. You're trying to juggle your to-dos for a couple of different projects and they're wildly different from one another, you know? Like if you're, let's say you're doing creative stuff and then you're also doing job search stuff, you're just doing stuff that doesn't really have a lot of overlap in between it. I heavily recommend doing brain dumping then too, even if your list is not very long of the stuff that you want to get done. It can be helpful for just giving your brain less that it has to pivot to back and forth to be able to write that stuff down. I mean, you can use anything that you want. Like I used a digital tool last time. One thing I do like, though, is for any of this stuff to have a box and a line. So lines for stuff to be on. So don't like double up on lines. You'll see, um, I'm bad about that sometimes. I don't know if I have an example of that, but every now and again, like I'll have a piece of paper that doesn't have lines on it, and I'm just jotting things down to get it off of my head. And sometimes I'll start doubling up on a line. Like, it's not the end of the world if you do it, but it's not ideal. It's better to just write lines. If you run out of room, one, you probably have too many to do things, and then two, just start a new sheet. It's cleaner, it's easier to read things. All of these little tiny things to organize as you kind of like start your chaos dump of everything will make life so much easier when you start to actually sort things out. Um, And even though you're just kind of jotting things down to get them out, one, don't make it like excessively detailed. You're just kind of putting whatever will help you remember the thing. And also, you can't see it on this webcam. What I really like about these notebooks, I actually tend to get these notebooks a lot. One, they're 5 subject, so it's almost like having 5 notebooks in one without having to have 5 different notebooks, which is kind of handy. When I forget what something is, I can just label it and stick a tab in there, and then I'll remember what it is. Uh, so that's good. And then also, this particular type of 5-star college rule has little tiny arrows. I'm just gonna draw one in. Might be a little bit too tiny for you to see. But like it has a little teeny tiny arrow. And it has all of those arrows on every single line. And what's cool about that is like they're there so that when you're taking your notes, you can like flag things. You can write down notes in the columns. Like you can really make use of the whole entire page. There also is like little scanning things in here, but I never use that because I like doing things with the analog tools when it comes to organizing my own stuff and not work stuff. So this is kind of nice too because then it does have the boxes. They're just a little bit more faded, but they are there. I can see them in person. Let's see. Boop. I will share what some of these things are, but it's not necessary for you to know every single thing that I need to do. It's also going to be super, like, not interesting. But also something that I'm doing from past notes that I've seen of my past to-do list of stuff that remained is that there's some things now that I wrote it down once, I'm like, oh, those things, like these 3 things that I separated before, could actually be like one task item now. Like, you get a feeling the more that you brain dump of what you need to separate and what you need to like condense back down into one task item. And I'll talk about that more when we're talking about getting unstuck from your to-do list. But yeah, like it can be really, really good when you have something that you're thinking about and thinking about doing to break it down into small parts. Because especially if you're neurodivergent, or if you have any sort of a million different things could make you have trouble with executive function, right? I have a million things that make me have a hard time with executive function sometimes. If you have issues like that, sometimes piecemealing out a task can be really good because you can still make progress on bits and pieces of a thing instead of the whole thing. But then also, like the more you start to do to-do lists, the more you start to like project manage yourself, the more you start to go, well, for me, I'm looking at these 3 things now, and that's really one item for me. Like that's one sit down session for 40 minutes and doing a thing. One example that I have is like socials posting, right? I want to post more art on my social medias, but I also wanted to investigate a social media scheduling tool. I had those as 2 separate tasks just so it's like, okay, I'll make a plan and I'll find a tool. Let me keep those separate for now, just in case I have time to do one or the other. I didn't have time to do either. But now I'm like looking at those 2 things again, and while I'm writing these things down, I'm like, okay, well, instead of making those 2 things again, I think now, because I'm seeing it there and it's starting to bug me that it's still on the to-do list, so it's becoming a higher priority in terms of how I want to just get it done, then I can probably put that together, because really me making a social media plan and finding a tool is probably only going to be like a sitting down for 30, maybe 40 minutes tops, writing it down, finding a tool that I'm like, that one is free and doesn't look like a pain in the ass and doesn't use AI. Like, I know that I have very specific criteria that I want to hit with a tool that I use. And like I've done social media plans before, so it's nothing that I have to research or like look up. So it's like, yeah, I could probably, like, if I'm, now that I really want to actually get it done and out of the way and not on my list for next month, it's probably only 20 or 30 minutes. Probably only like 30 at the most, honestly. But now I know I can just put that as one line item. It sounds tedious, it sounds silly, but it just gets you to think about these things. Like, that's all any good tool will help you do, is just get you to actually think about these things in a way where you're getting them done and not just wish listing things in your head that you wish you could get done. I did do that. I did that and I did that. Cool. There's a lot more that I did than I remembered because I did not update my list anymore. Okay. Let's see. And then there's one thing that I'm going to do this time. Well, I have a few things that I'm just going to write down as like, make another list. I have a few things on here that are like, make another list. Because there's some lists that I want to have live separately from each other and not just be one big thing. But then that again is already starting to sort through the mind chaos, right? But I'd be happy to hear what other folks do when it comes to that stuff. What are you doing being up so late? It's like, wait, what am I doing being up so late? Falls asleep. Whenever you fall asleep, Ake, I hope it is a very peaceful and restful sleep. And for anybody that is just tuning in just to have something to fall asleep to, have good dreams. I will do my best to keep this level of voice the whole time. I don't think I'm going to get excited by anything. Even if I get rambly, I think I'm going to stay within this level of voice the whole time. Because, like, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm mostly amped up and in productivity mode, which means not super giggly or anything right now. We don't know though, like maybe chat will be super funny today, but I think we're safe. I think you're safe. And we will get a lot done. And if what you're getting done is sleep, that's a pretty good thing to get done. All right. Habits. That's the whole thing to update. That's going to be another list to do. And then giving yourself some wins that you can get done is always a good way to do any to-do list. Even if you just put one of your to-do list items is making a to-do list. It's good to start off every list with at least one win. And for me, I'm just going to fill up this page because I know there's more stuff that I want to get done. That I haven't yet, and I should. Let's see. What else do I want to get on this list? Tutorials for August learning. And oh my gosh, Prince is being so cute right now. Prince. She flopped over, but she's still belly up. But I can tell that she was like hearing me talk and she tried to look at me again. She just fell asleep mid-look. Baby girl. Update stream idea list. There we go. Because I still have my notebook. I did that. And we'll be doing that momentarily. Cool. Brain done. Achieved. Did the timer go off and I didn't see? Oh, that's cool. I did exactly the thing that I wanted to do within this 20-minute spurt. I love that about Pomodoro timer sometimes. Is that, yeah, sometimes you just get really used to 20-minute intervals and you just kind of naturally fall into a 20-minute interval. Did we find the little guy yet? No, we didn't find it yet. Okay. Well, now we're not gonna take a commercial break yet. Or maybe we will, because I actually really need to pee. I downed like a big thing of water right before stream without really thinking about it. I was just really thirsty. So we'll do an early break, but that's okay because the other stuff that we're gonna do is gonna be a little bit more joined together, and then we're gonna do a Pomodoro session that's actually like 3 sections long for what we'll be doing next. So, okay, I will be right back. Sorry. Do that. Do this. I'm keeping Howl on my BRB screen for a while because he's cute and he's like walking on top of the little coffee thing. It's cute. Okay, be right back. back, and I know the ads will be over soon. Soon. Hello, welcome back. All right, so now we're gonna take our lovely little timer, and we have 20 minutes, which is the usual amount of time for a Pomodoro session, and we have little 5-minute breaks, and I'm not gonna do a long break into this, but they kind of reformatted how this works now. You have a couple of different timers and like stopwatches and stuff, and I really like the way that they reformatted it. And then you can also visually see, like, I'm making it repeat 3 times, so I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3 timer sessions with 1, 2 little 5-minute breaks in there. Those won't be ad breaks, don't worry. You're safe. And yeah, we'll just get that started. And one of the first things I'll do is start to work on some of the lists that I have planned out for myself. So I have a couple errands to run this week. One of them is going to be getting some cleaning products and stuff for the house. I'm low on some pretty necessary stuff, but I don't want to just get that done without any sort of plan, because that leads to ruin. And so I'm just getting this stuff done this way. And it's one of my items on here. I have this very cute little, like, ooh, grocery list. Stationery. Hey, Para! I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning to you. I hope you've been well. It is 10:55. I think we're in the same time zone. Yes, we are. Hi, Prince. When did you wake up, baby? But yeah, it was way too hot to do anything during the day because it got up to the 90s again, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be nocturnal for these days where it's going up into the 90s. We're just going to avoid the really hot hours, because why would I do that to myself? Yeah, exactly. It's like, why would I do that to myself if I don't have to? So I rested a lot during the afternoon. This song is kind of intense. I'm gonna go ahead and... Ooh. I mean, oh, it's already over. Well, never mind. Stop fussing with my playlist. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, I see that it's working on... Okay, there we go. Okay, it was working for you all, but for some reason my Streamlabs was like not updating, and so it made me look like to me on my end that I was still on the BRB screen, even though I definitely wasn't. But looks like it's all good. All right. So if it does like blip back and forth between my screens real quick, I was just updating that. And I'm trying to keep my volume mixer on hand so that I can do balancing of tracks for you all, not have anything get too loud or too quiet. grocery list, like, I will have specific things that I'll put on there when I know I'm running out of some things. Um, but otherwise, usually a lot of that is improvised, and it's more like I'll put kind of vague things. Like, I'll put things like vegetables on my grocery list. And they'll just remind me, oh, right, I need to check what vegetables are on sale and get some vegetables because we don't have any in the house right now. Greens, stuff like that. Um, it won't be specific because I'll usually just get some staples, and unless I know ahead of time, oh, I'm going to be making this specific thing, that's when I'll put like specific things on there. Otherwise, I get my staples for the range of stuff that I cook, which is a lot of different things. um, yeah. I'm always fascinated to hear everybody's different ways of getting this stuff done. What's my favorite vegetable? Oh, I think my favorite vegetable might be... I think it's a toss-up between beets and potatoes. I really like beets. They're really good for you, too. I don't think I've ever had to think about what my favorite vegetable was before. I also really like all varieties of like squash too. I like vegetables a lot. Um, I might, yeah, I like vegetables more than I like fruit. Like, I like fruit, but I love. Oh my gosh, but it's technically not a vegetable, it's a fungus, but I love mushrooms. I love like every mushroom. Um, like, that gets classified as a vegetable in terms of selling it, but it's not a vegetable. That was also in my mind too, because I was like, oh, I love pumpkin. But like, pumpkin and squash can be like sometimes fruit and are fruits. But yeah, it gets mush. Beets are a deep cut. Thank you, Para. Yeah, I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are so good. I've also been growing more fond of cabbage. There's not really any vegetables I don't like. I don't think. There's some fruits I'm kind of meh on, but like when it comes to vegetables, I don't think there's any vegetables I don't like. The only vegetables I'm kind of like a little iffy on is okra. Just because like there's okra that I really like, and I've had a lot of bad okra before too. And bad okra is a bad time. But otherwise everything else is fantastic. Yeah, cabbage is super versatile and usually very... Brussels sprouts. Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. Um, I think I did a vegetable tier list like not long ago. I might do that really quick in the next break. There's good okra out there. There is good okra. But yeah. When it's bad, it's bad. It's real bad. Uh, I might have to... I'm trying to avoid delivery fees. I might have to suck it up and get this delivered because I've started to mildly cramp this evening, and it's always the like warning cramps before the big storm, and so I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get out of the house for like the next 2 days. Like, if the warning cramps are coming now, I'm not going to be able to get out of the house for the next 2 days. So I guess the heat wave is well timed, kind of. Except I'm going to have my blood moon during the heat wave. But I do have AC, so it could be worse. But I don't have any Tylenol, and that needs to be remedied immediately. Alright, so I might suck up the delivery fee on that. Ugh. That's also a big thing too, is like going into any situation where you have to buy things for the house, and having a list to kind of keep you on rails is a very good way to stay on budget. So that's a big thing too, is that there's a lot of these items I'm writing down because I don't want to get things that are not necessary and not in budget. Especially right now because I'm still job searching. I'm sure there is, but I haven't tried. If I finish this early, I think I will, because I think I'm just about done. I know I pulled open a list. Oh, what was the other thing? The weirdest things will trigger my memory. It's bizarre. I clipped some coupons earlier. So I know that's a thing as well, is that I clipped coupons earlier. And I saw a lot of the things I needed within coupons. Where are they? There they are. Okay. Also, I always love Disco Elysium music. It just hits my brain just right. It's like, oh, it's so calming. Okay. Ooh, that's a good coupon. The point of adulthood when you reach coupon clipping. I actually kind of miss that. I've almost wanted to start going around, like, during walks and just collecting any circulars that people are tossing because I'm like, or just like there's newspapers all the time that like don't cost anything or that people don't care about, and it's just like I just want the coupons, you know, like if somebody wants to spare their Sunday paper and let me have the coupons, that would be great because every penny counts and I don't want to waste any money right now. I mean ever, but like yeah, especially right now. Okay, I think that's that one. You're sure there is, you just haven't had it. That's fair. Alright. Okay, we have some time left in this Pomodoro. I could start on another task. Or maybe I could grab a vegetable tier list really quick. Why not? Let's see, ultimate vegetable tier list. I want to find one that's not. Let's see. Vegetable tier list labeled. What does that mean? Okay, this one seems straightforward enough. Let's try it. And then we'll get back on task. Minimize that just so it's like less things completely on screen. And really quick. We're gonna hide my email. We're gonna hide that. Cool. We're gonna make sure nothing incriminating us is on the screen. All my crimes, nobody will ever see them. Ha 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 ha. There you go. It's got a terrible ad on it for right now, but it's fine. Let me look at that ad. Don't give them free advertising. All right. Really quick. We'll do this. Can I still see? Oh no. There you go. I'll look at chat on my phone. This is perfect vegetable music too, so I think this is only correct to do. Let's see, artichokes. Also, you're gonna see why I don't do tier lists. If something is not really that important, or life or death, or like in a higher tier of something that I care about, I'm not gonna really argue about it. I don't find fun in arguing. Like, I will argue for the things that I really want, but it's just like, yeah, if it's not that big of a deal, I don't care. The amount of, I don't care to exert energy towards defending this thing is high. It is very, very, very hard to ever get me to argue about anything because unless, like, you hear me argue a lot more when I'm at work, because then I'm actually arguing about things that I care about. I'm not arguing with people, but I'm like, this is why we need to do things in this certain way. This is why we need to. If I'm laid back about a thing, it means that I'm either actually okay with it, or I just don't care enough to not, like, disagree with the flow of the stream of whatever is happening. Some people are like, oh, Ollie likes everything. It's like, no, I just only care about very specific things. And they tend to not come up a lot of times when I'm just hanging out with people, because that's when I relax. But yeah, I'll show you why I don't do many tier lists on stream. Artichoke, S. Arugula, S. Delicious. Arugula, nice and has a little bit of bite to it. Excellent addition to many things. Love arugula in a sandwich. Artichokes. Love artichokes in every way, shape, or form. Asparagus? You know what? I'm a little bit pickier about how that gets done. I think there's some bad ways to prepare asparagus, but when asparagus is good, it's good. But because sometimes it's like not that great, that's fine. Avocado? S tier. Delicious. Nutritious. Beets? High S. One of my favorites. Bell peppers. Not my favorite, but very versatile, very useful. Broccoli? S tier. Delicious. Brussels sprouts? S tier. I'm gonna put it high S, because Brussels sprouts, amazing. Butternut squash? Oh, fuck me up. S tier. Cabbage? S tier. High S tier. I'm gonna put it up higher than butternut squash. Carrots? S tier. Cauliflower? S tier. Celery? A tier. I think it's got a time and a place. It's not my favorite, but you know what? If somebody offers me some celery, I'm gonna happily eat it. Corn? S tier. Cucumber? S tier. Edamame? Delicious. S tier. Eggplant? Delicious. S tier. Garlic? Amazing. S tier. Ginger? Ginger's not, well, I guess. S tier, though. Jalapenos? S tier. Kale? S tier. Leeks? Hell yeah. Fuck me up. Lettuce? Absolutely. Mushrooms? Mushrooms? S tier. Okra? We've discussed this. Sometimes okra gets messed up real bad. Bad okra, sad time. Gooey in not a pleasant way. So just an A tier, because good okra, pretty good. But easy to fuck up. Onions. Love onions. Onions. High S. Peas. Absolutely. Love peas. Potatoes? You kidding me? Potatoes? Let's go. Where is that? Go put this baby up. Up here. This is why I don't do tier lists. I'm not like there's very few things that I would ever tier list on a stream where that I'm gonna actually like fight about in any reason, like in any actual way at all. And I also get like flabbergasted when people have like such opinions about a thing where it's like I don't know, I'm just like, how do you care this much about a thing? I'm fascinated. I don't think you're wrong. I just don't understand. Radishes, delicious. Red onions, also delicious. Scallions, delicious. Spinach, see, I love vegetables. Delicious. Sweet potatoes, delicious. Tomatoes, love tomatoes. Turnips, I adore turnips. Zucchini, absolutely delicious. Wow, look at these controversial opinions. I'm not a picky eater. Taters are above S. S is the highest tier. Yeah, see, like you're like, okay, cool. I will not serve you cauliflower or eggplant. Like that's as much as I care about it. I'm just like, it's just vegetable. I don't know. If anybody, what would be a tier list where I would actually like? Well, here's the thing. One of the things on my to-do list is eventually putting in my backlog just ready to go. Because one day, with friend of the stream, Steph, want to do a villain tier list, which would be amazing and fun. But I want to make that easy on both of us and just like get a tier list ready to go for us to play with. So I want to build that. It's on my to-do list and just have it waiting just for whenever we're ready. No rush, no hurry, just whenever we're ready to go, it's ready to do. What in the middle of night tarnation? It was like 96 degrees today. Rozzy, I went nocturnal. It's gonna be in the 90s for today and then 2 more days. So I went nocturnal again. Hi Rozzy. Hello. I'm in your time zone. Hello. Happy nocturnal. Yeah, it won't be forever. I might not stream tomorrow because I've started to cramp. So I might be dead to the world tomorrow. I'm trying to think. Yay, I'm on Resi time zone. You could see I use my stream manager. I just saw the preview. It's like, they're not hiding anything in there, but it's not interesting to look at. Use the browser stream manager. Yeah. I don't know if there's a tier list. A villain tier list I could get heated about. I could see myself getting heated about that. Because that's fun. That would be fun. But ultimately, like, I'm not gonna really fight it that much. I'm not that interesting. With tier lists, is there any tier list that I would actually care about? Like, I love food and drink a lot, but I think it would just be, like, maybe... What would be... There's gotta be something that I would actually... We have a little 5-minute break on the Pomodoro timer, so let's see if there's, like, a quick one. Because now, I'm curious. Now I'm curious. Hey, DV! How about a tier list from A-Ray Guest? Well, then, it's just the same thing. Then a lot of things are SS rank, and, like, SSS rank and SS plus rank. Like, we would end up in the same problem. Alright. Candy. That's gotta be... I have opinions about candy. I think. I mean, ultimately, it's just candy, but maybe I can try. Let's see. Alright. Warheads. They're fine. B. Reese's Pieces. S tier. Bubble Tape. Pretty good. A. 100 Grand. S tier. Bazooka Joe. B, because it's... The only reason why Bazooka Joe is in B is because I lost 3 baby teeth to Bazooka Joes. Bazooka Joes are such a hard gum. They did not pull out my baby teeth, not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. There are 3 baby teeth that I lost in Bazooka Joe gum. Gobstoppers, hey, they're pretty good. Sour Patch Kids, B tier. Hot Tamales, S tier. Amazing. I can eat 3 boxes of them. Tootsie Roll Pops, S tier. Sweet Tarts. If they're chewy, are these chewy ones? I like the chewy ones. A tier. Orange Slices, S tier. Fun Dip. Here we go. Fun Dip, D tier. Because the sticks have lactose, and so they make my tummy hurt. There we go. Jawbreakers, S tier. Andy's Mints, S tier. Lifesavers, S tier. Pretty good. Ring Pops, too messy, B tier. But they taste good. They're just real messy. Oh, it's a 5-minute breakover. Is that what that is telling me? It's telling me to go back to work. 3 Musketeers, A tier. Twizzlers, A tier. Jolly Ranchers, A tier. Alright. Swedish Fish, S tier. Tootsie Rolls, S tier. I'm not a fan of overly sweet coconut. I just like natural coconut. So that's a B. That's fine. Candy necklaces, S tier. They're very cute. Razzles. I have had once. They were fine. Crunch bars, S. That's... Oh, I think those are like candy cigarettes. Don't like them. Think they're gross. Kit Kats, A tier. Smarties, S tier. Peppermint Patties, S tier. Dots, A tier. See, this is why I don't do tier lists, because it's just... I've never had Peeps. I never had this one. Starburst. See, like, it's just... I'm just very... Like, if it's not something that I actually care about, which is like, you know, politics, laws, legislation, advocacy issues, things like that, I'm not really gonna argue or have like an opinion other than I like it or I don't like it. Like, I don't exert my energy in this kind of a realm. But yeah, there you go. I think that's enough of that. I'm gonna get back to actually doing stuff. I'm gonna get back to doing work. Where is this guy? Get rid of it. Okay. Alright. I hope that was fun for all of you. A fun little diversion. Laws tier next week. I mean, if you can find... I'm not gonna put effort into making that. If anybody finds, like, a... not depressing and fun laws tier list, if it's like human rights laws, which ones do you rank? Like, I'm not gonna do that. If anybody, you know what would be a fun one? If there's like a dead letter law out there, just like a weird law one of like, you know, the weird laws like, oh, you can't take your duck out in the rain on a Tuesday, like those kinds of things. That could be a fun one. I would do that one. Hi Moldrum. Hi Kira. I hope you enjoy your drinks. Yeah, exactly. It's illegal to shoot a whale with your car. Type laws. Hi Ernesto. Hello, hello. No gum for your kid until he's an adult. Yeah, I mean, unless you... Okay, here's the thing. Like, it pulled out my baby teeth, but it pulled them out at a time when I was growing my adult teeth, so it wasn't the end of the world. So that's my fun trick for parents? I'm not a parent. I can't give parenting tips. But I guess if your kid has trouble losing some of their baby teeth and they're being in the annoying super wiggly stage and they're just not coming out, go to a dentist. But failing that, get them some Bazooka Joe gum and make sure they don't swallow their teeth, because I have eaten one of my teeth before. So that's fun. Also, don't don't use your car to shoot a whale. Don't shoot a whale. I think I should say just don't shoot a whale. That might be more relevant. Did we find the spirit? We didn't yet, but we're in our next little session. So let's actually get stuff done. One of the things I want to do here is color sort. So I'm going to use these little tabs on the side to take my big giant brain dump list and color sort it. Color sorting is just going to be a little thing that in my brain helps to make sense of this giant pile of things, so that at a glance I can see, oh, that's a job thing, that's a personal project, that's a work project, that's a, you know, like that kind of a thing. So we're starting to sort these things a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna color in the little triangles because I prefer that. Let's see. Like, might as well make this a little, well, it doesn't have to be that much bigger. I will do more of a close-up. Hey, Triss! It's fine, that's literally good for you. Hello, hello. Let's see. It will also help me remember what things are too, because I already had one that I was like, what does that mean? Okay. And so I'm just kind of sorting things by different categories. Because then I can kind of see too, category-wise, like, oh, I have a lot of things. Yeah, that's also part of some of the troubleshooting that we're going to do for things that have been stuck, is I can start seeing like, wow, I have actually way too many things in this one category of my life. Or like, oof, I have like almost nothing in this one category of my life. How come there's no progress happening there? And it just kind of helps you gather notes at a high level. As to like where your priorities are going naturally. So like I'm using pink for things that are related to financials, green, financials and like job searching right now, green for things that are related to having to spend money, but for the house, blue to things that are related to streaming. I don't know why I keep misremembering Twitch as being blue. Maybe it's because my little username thing is blue. I don't know. For some reason I'm like, oh yeah, Twitch is blue, and I'm like, Twitch is purple. Hello there. I never remember that like Twitch is purple, and I don't know why. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rosie. Oh, ay, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Stretch. Have a little sparkling water. Yeah. And also, nobody worry about, like, when are you gonna get enough sleep? When it's too hot and it's too loud, like, because of, like, the AC and stuff like that. I've had to have the air filter running a whole bunch, too, because there's been air quality alerts in New York City. Yay! um... I end up sleeping more in cat naps of like 2 to 5 hours. And so, like, that's mainly what's going to end up happening. Like, post stream, I'll probably sleep for like somewhere between like 2 to 3 hours. I'll be awake for a networking call that I have to do. I'll see how conscious I am. I really wanted to get to the art store, but now that I'm starting to cramp, I don't know if that's going to happen. So I might have to postpone that to next week, which will be a thing that I'll get to in the next part of some of my organizing today. Oh my gosh, I forgot one of my... Silly me, I forgot one of the biggest things I wanted to get done during this, which is the big thing that I had a lot of help with in getting done the last time that I did one of these productivity streams a month ago. Actually figuring out my stream schedule for the upcoming month. I have my calendar there and everything, and I just completely forgot. That's cool. Does this? It does erase. Interesting. I have these highlighters that somebody got me from Japan a couple years back. I should use more, but I also don't want to run out of them. So they're friction highlighters. You can actually erase them. So, look. Blue highlight. And then you use a special plastic nib at the back. Once it's dry. That part there at the beginning is really wet. Isn't that crazy? And it's gone. So you can actually erase your highlights. So if you highlight something by accident, you can go in and erase it. But I've been trying to use up these crappier highlighters that I have, and I've had for a while. Because I have a full set of them, but I lost my blue one of them. So I'm using the fancy blue one tonight. Just for now. Oh, maybe that's why I didn't put it down. No, I think I just forgot. I think I just forgot. I forgot. I might stick to analog tools for next time too. I'll put personal projects in yellow, because why not? I'm gonna call this one personal for now. Because I don't know, because it's like a self-improvement thing. And anything that's art or self-improvement, I'm gonna have as one category for now. If it's not something specific to like a store. So like one of these is actually 2 categories. Boo, I hate when a to-do list item is like 2 categories, but this one very much is. Or is it? You saw it. This one. It's this one. Actually, this one is just that category. This one is 2, though. That one. But it lets me see at a glance that that's true. And I will say it 5 million times whenever I do one of these productivity streams. You don't need to do anything that doesn't make sense for you. Only you need to get the most use out of whatever tool you're doing. So that's why I'm not showing it up close, because I'm like, this is not, you don't need to follow this exact example. The main things that I think are useful is brain dumping and then categorizing that brain dump in a way that makes sense for you. Like, so for me, this makes sense for me to see these colors. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm seeing what's going on now. Which is that I see there are several financial things that I need to get done that I know stress me out, which is why I've been procrastinating on them. And I see there's stream stuff. That, because I have so many financial things, right? I know that I feel guilty about working on the stream stuff when I have financial things pending. Not all of these are like immediately related to money. Some of these are like things to start that could eventually lead to something. They could eventually lead to nothing as well, which is also part of why it sometimes feels frustrating to start them. But because there are so many of these things, I know that's what's been guilt tripping me about not getting stream stuff done. This is what brain dumping can help you do, is just start to kind of like take a step back, look at what you're doing and going, what am I beating myself up about? And for me, it's like, I'm beating myself up about working on these personal things, working on creative things and stuff like that, if it's not immediately related to getting a new job right away. Which is, you have to balance. Like, am I working on searching for a job pretty much every day, including on the weekends when I should be taking a break, but I've been very bad about that. I have been working on that every single day, pretty much without any breaks for the last couple of months. Is that good? No. When I hit the weekends, I should be taking my weekends. When I plan for a day off from job searching, I should be actually taking that day off from job searching. Not just lying awake and going, but maybe I could get more done. And then, like opening up apps and starting to apply to more jobs. That's not healthy or productive. And just adds more to the guilt pile. So, sometimes it's good to do the brain dumping and stuff like that so that, yes, you organize, yes, you do things like that, but also you can catch yourself and go, now, wait a minute. Are you being kind of shitty to yourself? And it's not, oh, my to-do list isn't getting done because I'm lazy or something like that. Like, you could do that and be done in a second, but you're not going to actually make any progress. Or you can take these moments of like sitting down and organizing and going, what am I actually being way too mean to myself about? Spam had a really Spam-a-lammy. Spam-a-lammy's lovely. We love Spam here. Spam-a-lammy had a really amazing presentation the other day about loving yourself and actually taking the time to realize, hey, you're maybe not loving yourself as much as you could be, and there's always more that you could learn about loving yourself better. I'm very, 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 it's weird, like, as happy-go-lucky as I am, I guess sometimes. I am a brutal hard-ass tactician when it comes to myself and my things. Not with anybody else. I don't hold those brutal standards to anybody else, nor would I ever want to at all. I'm actually like one of the nicer bosses you could ever have if I'm ever your boss. Like, I'm very, a word that I have gotten tagged with over and over again at pretty much every single office I've ever been at is nurturing. I'm very nurturing. But I am very exacting with myself. And that's a thing that I can kind of analyze with some of these tools, and taking these moments to just like stop and do like a big planning session is going, all right, I see what I'm doing here. I'm not necessarily disagreeing about the end goal. I'm not necessarily disagreeing about some of the elements to get to that end goal. But am I getting distracted or lost in the weeds of also adding some unnecessary and unproductive guilt into that mix while getting those goals done? You know? If you don't use them because you don't want to run out of them, you essentially make yourself have them be run out / unavailable already. Yeah, that's true. Um, so that's why I'm using it instead of just not having a blue highlighter to use. Um, but since they are nice, like I rather use my cheapo kind of crap ones first and then use my nicer ones. Okay, but we made some progress already on sorting things, and I got to realize a major blocker that I've had. I put just like stuff that got you stuck on any times I've talked about this co-working stream, because I think blocker is more of a corporate term. I don't know if it's necessarily a term that everybody uses. I learned it in corporate. Um, it is a useful term though. Blocker is just anything that's blocking you on a to-do. You know, I have this thing that I want to get done, or I have this thing I need to get done. What is the blocker? So that was like a thing that I would talk to a lot to reports whenever we would have like one-on-one meetings or whenever we would have team meetings, is what are your blockers right now? Usually on the one-on-ones, because it can be more intimidating to bring them up in front of a group. And I would only have people bring them up in front of a group if I knew like that the group could use that space to identify blockers that would actually be helped by other people going like, oh, that's blocking you right now, I could help you with that. And I like trying to have people do those things themselves as opposed to just making those connections for them every single time, so that they could start to build, again, nurturing. Like I tried to grow people's skills like communication skills in that arena. But yeah, usually I would ask like, what are your blockers? Like, cool, I see your to-do list, I see the things that you have, I see your deadlines are coming up, this all looks great. What are your blockers right now? And for me, I think any blocker is a legitimate blocker. Is your blocker you're too tired? Is your blocker you can't get access to something? You know, whatever it is, it's good sometimes to identify, hey, this thing hasn't made any progress in a while. What are the blockers here? So that's the main thing that I'm going to be doing next, is identifying blockers to some of the to-do things that I know haven't made progress. Impediments, yes, impediments. Impediments, the least delicious kind of mints. Yes, exactly. Where are we on the timer? Oh, we're on the short break. We found a new spirit. Let's go look. Oh my god. Twin tail. Oh. It was hard to make out, but I swear I saw something through the snowstorm. Local legends speak of a twin-tailed fox who heralds the changing of the seasons. As the story goes, it uses its tails to swipe away the vibrant autumn leaves from the ground, leaving pristine white snow in its place. Today, we've come to understand the origin of this myth as the spirit twin-tail. We now, of course, know that this spirit doesn't actually affect the seasons, but we have since learned that its coat begins to change color on the days leading up to the change of the season. This color change often starts from the tip of its tails, prompting keen observers to start their prep for the coming weather a few days ahead of schedule. Even though its tails are big and bushy, twin tails are surprisingly light and nimble, so much so that its dainty paws don't leave any prints when walking over snow. Demure and mindful, these sympathetic spirits love cuddling up with others during chilly nights to help keep others warm. I love him. I want him right away. Where is he? Okay. We're gonna immediately change to a twin tail. What are the colors we can have? Look at all the colors. It could be pink. He could be... Ooh, that's a little cute, like, tangerine color. Does it have a name? Doesn't. He could be a little red fox. That's tails. Okay, I need you all to see how the feet are the same kind of color scheme on these guys, right? Like, oh yeah, the feet all match the thing. Look at this little guy's feet. Those are some suspicious shoe-like feet. I'm gonna pause that. We'll get back to the timer in a bit. This is Tails. This is just Tails. That's Tails' color. That's Tails' blue eyes. And also, look at these little feet. These are sneakers. You can't fool me. Also, of course, we will purchase it. Or baby boy. It's him. It's Miles Prower. Ooh, I love the space one. I love space anything. Of course, I love the space one. To the surprise of no one. So cute. What's this one? Ooh, that's cute. That's like a little kitsune kind of patterning. Like a little Japanese fox spirit. And that's Zorora. Steph, you got our wife Tails. We got our wife. Hi, Steph. How are you? Oh my gosh. I have been productive today, but also maybe I also did a vegetable tier list and have been playing around with this new spirit we found. I just got this one. It's so cute. This is very cute. What's this one? Ooh, okay, Sakura. Got this little guy. Oh, a little reindeer. Very cute. And then we got this one. Oh, I do love the little antlers. That's very cute. I kind of wish... I guess this is like a sugar plum. Oh, I don't know which one to choose. Can I just have 15 of them out? Yeah, they're all so pretty. Hello! Wait a minute. Oh, hey! Lovesick! Hi, Lovesick. Hi, Riders. If anyone is not following Lovesick, I demand that you remedy that immediately, but I think everybody here is. But if you're not, you follow them right away. Edward! Hi, Edward. How was your stream, Lovesick? What did you do today? Lovesick, I did a vegetable tier list, and it was very boring because everything was just S or it was A, and it was like only 3 things that were A. Because I like every vegetable. Hi, Toaster. Hi, Lovesick. I hope you had a very good stream. I like that this one has little antlers. This one could match me. This one's a Pokemon. I'm gonna have the Pokemon. Yeah. Yeah, this is just I can never pronounce its name. Zorora? Zorora. Zorora. Zerudo. Zorua. Zorua. Zorua? You gotta split up the list like S-, S2, S3. But then it would be the same problem. DV made the suggestion too, and it's like, no, but it would be the same problem. Everything would be, S+ and then S. Like, everything would just be in the first and second tiers again. Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm usually not on this late. So it's good to see some faces I don't usually get to see. What are the activity items? Oh, I never updated this. That's cool. I'm gonna give myself a spell book. Okay, now I'm actually getting distracted. I should do something productive again. He's so cute. He's so cute. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I've got some categories. I've done some soul searching about why I'm stuck on some things. But now I'm going to figure out blockers, right? Big ol' nasty thing of figuring out blockers. Wow. So let's see. What are things I have blockers on? We've already talked a little bit about some of them. Some of them are financial things, and I know that some of that is that they're stressful, and that is why I've been avoiding them, because I'm very tired from stress. But they will be helpful. And I'm also seeing that there's stuff that I would like to do that I haven't been doing because I haven't been doing the stressful stuff, and therefore I don't allow myself time to do the more fun things. So, something that could be a potential strategy, if I'm just like spitballing notes, let's go ahead and use some pretty stuff here. It's like maybe if I can see that happening, I could do a trade-off. So maybe instead of going like, well, I gotta get all these things done before I can do one of the fun things to update my stream. Maybe if I have like pretty equal things that are like financial to stuff that I want to do for stream, you know, I can do a trade-off of like, all right, if I do, you know, this one stressful thing here, then I can do this one thing that's not as stressful and is more interesting. And every time I do one of these things, I can do one of the other things. And just do a back and forth like that. And if it doesn't work, I try something new next month. But that'll be my strategy for August. We'll be trading off. Hard, scary thing equals one for fun thing. And I'm going to go ahead and call it my guilt-ridden strategy of like, I'm seeing that one of my blockers is that I make myself feel too guilty about everything. Which is always true. But let's go ahead and make a strategy of tackling the to-do list. That'll be less of that. Cool, cool. What are some other things that I have been stuck on? Oh, a big thing that I've talked about on stream a whole bunch is that I want to start auditioning for voice acting roles. And I have made zero progress toward that goal. Not in I've applied for things and haven't gotten something. Like literally, I have not applied for anything yet. And I know the things I want to do to get started on that. And a big one is putting together a voice reel. I've already downloaded some audios from streams that I've done where I do different voices and where I can show like some range and do some stuff for showing like my narrative abilities as well, because that'll be a big thing that I'll be auditioning for the most. But I have not sat down and just worked on that yet. So now that I'm doing this kind of trade-off one-for-one thing, I'm already kind of feeling like maybe that'll free up a day where I can actually take a day off from job searching and not just pretend to take a weekend and actually keep job searching every day anyways, and take one of my weekend days for voice reel edit. And I'm going to put here as a side note, maybe stream? I don't think necessarily that would be a super... Well, I mean, maybe it would be. Maybe it would be interesting. And it could be a way to get feedback from folks of like, what are some things that sound good? What are things that seem useful for chunking into 1 minute of my voice? um, so yeah, that's our A strategy there. What are some other things on here that I've been stuck on? Those are the main things, is like financial things and the voice acting stuff. I have not made progress on that in a way that I would like because the progress has been zero. Not zero. I did pull those audio files already, so it really is just kind of like going through them. So maybe what I'll do is work on separating my audio tracks so that like I can listen to my voice reels and then have just music playing, and we'll make that like a co-working studying stream where I'm working on editing that together in Audacity and not having you guys listen to me saying the same things over and over again on repeat, but having you have music and then like maybe once an hour going like, okay, this is what I've got so far. What do you guys think? What could I probably scrap? What could I keep? That kind of stuff. And y'all could help me. Make you all work if you're gonna be here at the cafe. Work for your supper. No, you can just also chill and relax, which is why I would be playing music too, so that you can get your own stuff done. And we can hang out. Music got a little loud there. Just sat down a little. There we go. Yeah, boss, on it, boss. Thank you, Kira. Thank you, King. Thank you. Alright. What are some other blockers? Those are the biggest blockers. Okay, cool. And you know what? Something that I got a reminder of from Spam's presentation that I'm going to work on, it was actually a redeem that I was going to do, was I was going to record some positive affirmations and just have people like be able to redeem them if they want, to just like have a random positive affirmation, because I thought that would be a fun project. But while I'm coming up with positive affirmations, maybe I could practice this one for one thing. So while I write a list of affirmations for all of you, I can do one for you and then one for me. I'm not going to record the ones that are for me because those will be personal, but I will be writing down both, and I will keep a list of positive affirmations for me, and maybe that'll help out. That's something to try. What I really like about these planning sessions is just taking a moment to go, well, I could try this next month and see how it goes. So that's cool. Like, something that I wanted to try was habit tracking. And I wrote a list, and I was going to keep track of stuff for 2 weeks. And what I realized was that I forgot to keep track. So that was the thing. But now I'm on a Monday. I can start anew. And actually keep track this time. I still feel really good about this list. I thought one of them said skeletoning one time. Or I thought one of them said skeletoning for 30 minutes a day for a second, because I have a very, very mild dyslexia. It says sketching. But yeah, now I have this list. That's cool. Instead of beating myself up about not doing the thing, I can just do it because now I have a list. So yay, pass me for writing a list. We'll actually try it this time. Something I really need to get done though, and this I'm going to mark as priority, is I have had a very, very patient commissioner who has been waiting for their shipment of a puzzle and commissions, and that is going to take top priority on everything, because I'm making sure that gets done this week. They've been super patient. They've been somebody that has known me for like a couple years now. But still, I feel really, really bad that it's been put on pause so many times. Like, I know I got sick, but like, I want to get it out of the way and done. So that's going to take top priority this week. Cool. I'm also going to do a bonus sketch for them as well, as a thank you for being extremely patient and kind when I have been, like, just not on the schedule that I would keep for anybody that I didn't know, basically. And I don't want them to feel sad about giving me all that time. So I want to give them a bonus sketch as a thank you. So that is really cool, creepy music. Ooh. Skeletoning all the time. I think it's useful for all skeletoning all the time. Okay, cool. So those things are there. I've got some lists that are useful for me to help me out. Hooray! Hooray and hooray. Sorry, I like this song a lot. Remember, be kind to yourself. Yes, exactly. I'll put that at the top, so it's a good reminder. Remember, be kind to yourself. Because that is not an idea that I grew up with. It's something I had to learn much later in life. And it's a good thing to remember. Right. I'm breaking my own rule about not doubling up the schedule thing. YouTube VODs. I almost forgot to put that on my to-do list. There won't be one tomorrow unless I catch up, but I have a backlog of some of those to put onto the schedule again. They don't take that long, but it does take me having to sit down and focus for like 20 to 40 minutes. That's where my blue highlighter is. I found it. It's in my notebook. Look at that. All right. Our inventory, I'm going to update later. But I'm going to continue the list on here. And then stream ideas. Now we're going to go 7:29. Because that is a thing that I have, is to update this list. And we did a bunch of them. So I think it'd be cool for me to just see the ones I ended up doing. That weren't just ideas, they got done. We did the group watch of Phantom of the Opera. So that would be fun to find another group watch silent movie. Or actually just public domain movie. Doesn't have to be silent. I'm going to look through a couple. I think Carnival of Souls might be the coolest one to do next. But, so I'm going to write that as a note. But, no. Let's see, finish Beyond Good and Evil. We haven't done yet. So boss rush finale of Beyond Good and Evil. We still gotta finish that game. We did not get to Fear the Spotlight. Golden Sun is probably gonna get rescheduled because of the heat. We read horror short stories. That was super fun. We did not get to Wilmot Works It Out or Wonderstop, but we probably will. Magic the Gathering was pretty fun. I don't think I need to do that next month. I got a lot going on next month. Didn't do Emerald City Confidential yet. And we didn't do the hand study stream yet. So that's something I want to eventually do as well. But let's see. This was actually super, super helpful. this big calendar here. It didn't get, like, so this month I ended up doing about 75%. I'm just like mentally calculating. Yeah, I did like 75% of the streams that we were hoping to get done. So that's cool. That's a much better hit ratio than we usually get on here. So that's really cool. Usually my health conks me out for a lot longer than that. So I'm really happy about that. That's some nice positive sign of strengthening at least a little bit. And so I really want to do this kind of scheduling again, for sure. And a big thing for August is going to be learning CSP, and Live 2D. And I'll talk about how I'm planning to do that in a second. First, I need to actually just write down the dates on this calendar. This is just a big notepad of blank dates. So it's a blank calendar that I can fill out as much as I want, and I have a bunch here. So I have a regular calendar. I tend to always have like 2 or 3 regular calendars. And then I have this fillable one. I like the fillable ones for projects, because I can just like put them wherever I need to. This is very much a law thing, but in law, a big way that you want to organize is by 3 months at a time. Like you're gonna have a calendar, especially nowadays. You are definitely going to keep a digital calendar if you want to keep your sanity in case management. Don't do case management without a digital calendar. But there's like, every case will have, so when you have cases, like when I've done office work before, legal office work and paralegal work before, you could have anywhere between, at any given time, like 50 to maybe 200 cases that are like in your responsibility wheel, that are like either you're touching in some way or that you're responsible for in some way. And cases have many, many, many parts to them. They're not all happening at once. So that may sound like a lot, but it could really break down to not be that much work on a day-to-day basis at all, even when you have something like over 100 cases to manage. It depends on the type of case. It depends on what you're responsible for with them. Oh, have a good sleep. Have a good sleep, lovesick. And anybody else that's drifting off. So, for example, let's say when I was doing family law stuff, I have filings that I needed to get done, calendaring, and then once I do filings, calendaring, there is case prep for, okay. Let me say this more correctly, because otherwise it's going to bug me. I know nobody's going to check me on it. It's going to bug me. Let me break it down into the most simple steps to not overburden it, but let me say it correctly. You have new case. So you have your intakes. So that will be the first part of any process. You have your intakes. And if you take that case, then you have a filing, right? You have, like, depending on your office, usually you have like an office policy about when you want to file, and there will be exceptions depending on the client. So like for some of the family law stuff I would do, there were exceptions that we had to wait for to apply to certain laws. So for some of the filings I was doing, there needed to be residency within the state for X amount of months sometimes. So sometimes I had to put on my calendar planner thing that I would be using, hey, you can prepare everything for this case, but don't file it until X date because of those like filing requirements. So fun, right? Isn't it great that this is what I chose to do with the rest of my life? I, I don't know. I like law, office work. It soothes my brain in a weird way that I think makes it so that it just makes sense for me to be in the law. But so you have that, you have your filing date. And then from your filing date, you're going to get an initial court date. For the types of cases I was primarily doing with family law, the initial court date, you could try to get everything in and have everything completely done for that case and file it and hope that the judge would like look at it then and there. For the types of cases I was doing, 99% of the time, unless there was a age out urgency issue, you're not going to oh, Lovesick did art. Lovesick, if you're still here, show me your art. You know I want to see your art. If anybody is working on anything, please feel free to link it. But yeah, I forgot to ask you for art tags. Damn it. Somebody grab Lovesick's art. Show me Lovesick's art. If Lovesick posted it somewhere. What's it called? So there would be that initial filing, but I knew because of the types of cases I had that basically you have 2 court dates that would be coming up. Because unless there was like an aging out issue, no judge was going to decide everything on that first case unless you got really, really lucky. But like most of the time, even if I had everything done for that case and ready to go and be reviewed, it wasn't going to happen. So you have certain things that you want to get done for that first date, but otherwise it was just a calendaring thing. Like you show up, you get your actual date for when the case would be, and you put that in the calendar. And then from that date, you go back like somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks, depending on how the rest of your calendar looks, and you plan out for the case prep in that timeline. And you have the court date in there, and you have your case prep deadline on there. And then from there, you have any other deadlines that relate to that case also on your calendar. It sounds like a lot, right? And like a big, let me see. Oh, it's so good. I'm pinning that. I'm pinning that good art by Lovesick. Oh, I love Lovesick's art style. It's always so cool. Hey, Conkles. Greets to you as well, Conkles. So that all sounds like a lot and a headache, right? You use a central digital calendar to put the court dates on and like specific office meetings and appointments with clients. You use your own tools to plan out the rest. It also helps, in addition to a digital tool, if you're doing case management, to do a 3-month planner. And what you do is that it's very simple. All of this to just get to this one freaking point. You take 3 months of a calendar, so like a blank notepad like this, that's specifically for calendars, is amazing. Because then you take 3 months and you constantly fill them out with what's coming up, and then you keep cycling them out as you end those months, so that you always have the next 3 months in your purview, in your like immediate staring at you in the face purview. And that is going to keep you on track for a majority of your cases. It gets different if you're working on like class action or major litigation or some other things as well. There are some things that will kind of need a little bit more priority, but for like the bulk of your bread and butter cases are like funding the firm. It's the 3-month calendar view. Isn't the law interesting? No, it's not. I'm insane. But I think it's interesting. Um, I don't recommend becoming a lawyer unless you're a huge nerd. Or a paralegal unless you're a huge nerd. But if you are, welcome. Welcome to the fold. I'm not doing a 3-month calendar for my personal stuff yet. That is something that I'm going to maybe try next month, though. I'm not going to try it yet, but I might try it next month. I would still do planning streams, but I might start putting up like a calendar that I can see visually for 3 months. Because I have some bigger projects I'm going to start working on that might be really helpful to see a 3-month timeline for. So yeah. Ooh, where'd you finish? I started yesterday, but I got too tired, so left it for House of Leaves. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. Why can't I pin multiple things? I'm gonna pin this one. I guess you're still here. I love all of them, though. This is so pretty. You have such good lines. Like, just very confident lines. You do good art, TV. I'm always happy to see it. Okay, 5, 6, 7. This is what having an analog calendar helps, is to feel... Doesn't it feel redundant? I swear it's not. And like I said, you use whatever tools make things make sense for you. Some people like having everything all in one place. And I wish that was how things work best for me. I have to separate things into very, like, specific categories and places. Otherwise, it's just too much to look at all at once for me. Oh, this is the first time I've ever had this. Oh, no, wait. What? Did I forget a number? Why isn't... What the... What number did I forget? Oh, I forgot 29. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. 29, 30. What the? This is the first time I've had one of these not fit. That's rare. Oh, because it's one of those really awkward months where it's like almost 5 weeks long, but not quite, because that's not how months work. But stretches into... So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's like 4 weeks, right? But it's bleeding into the tail end of this 1 week and the tail end of this week. So it's like a month that touches 6 weeks, which is weird because usually you only have a month touch 4 to 5 weeks. So that's why it doesn't fit on here. That's fine. I'll just put it here. There's the 31st. I will be getting the Dracula project back on track again. I think I will probably change the time for it because that has been a huge blocker for me, especially when I'm not feeling well. So I still want to do it as like a little stream, even though it's like a very basic stream. Like I still want to do it on stream as like a little bonus stream on the days where it takes place. But maybe I try doing it in... And I thought it was like kind of a nice thing to wake up to. But I've been having a lot of trouble with waking up at consistent times lately. So I might be moving it to the evening. So it's just like a little blip of a stream that shows up in the evening. Because these heat waves aren't going to last forever, so me streaming at night is not going to be a constant thing. But I will do a catch-up stream. I have missed a couple of entries. And I do want to be back on track by the time I hit August 9th. Because August 9th is a really fun day in Dracula. August 9th is when I've decided to read the log of the Demeter. And for those who are not sure what that is, there is a ship that Dracula is traveling on at one point without the rest of the ship knowing. They think they're just transporting a bunch of boxes of dirt, but one of those boxes of dirt has Dracula on it. And what Dracula planned for during this voyage is to sustain himself during the long, hard sea voyage by eating the crew and letting the ship show up completely empty by the time that it reaches England. The crew don't know that, though. So they just, you get a log from, I think it's a first mate. I forget if it's the captain or if it's the first mate at the second. It's either the first mate or the captain. And they write down, I think it is the captain. They write down all of the events of what happened on the ship. So you get it from the perspective of this captain that's like, people are starting to disappear off the crew. People are getting sick. Some of my crew are starting to like lose their minds and say that they see these apparitions. I need to stop these rumors because they're superstitious. And it's like, basically the log of the Demeter is a horror story within a horror story. So you get this horror story of the captain's log going over everything that happened on the ship. It's really cool and it's fun. And it does break up over many days. So like I could have read bit by bit as it happened. But I think it kind of is cool as a standalone little mini horror story about the ship that gets taken over by an evil vampire. So yeah, that's on August 9th. August 9th is last log of the Demeter day, and I want to be back on track and figuring out a new time for the Dracula reads by then, so that I'm definitely not missing that day, because I've been looking forward to that since I started the project. And I don't want to give up on the Dracula project either. I was kind of thinking about it, and not just, I was like, okay, if I give myself a free pass to not guilt myself about not finishing this project, do I still want to do it? And the answer, like, ultimately, after I thought about it for a while, was no, I really do. And it's just the 6 a.m. time that I was hoping to do at first has been really, really hard to do during this weather and during this weather controlling my health the way it has. So I need to change the time that I do the readings, and I think that will unblock me from that. So yeah, Dracula is still on the menu, but I will be rescheduling when that happens, and updating the stream schedule eventually to reflect that. You started explaining it. I was imagining Dracula packed all that dirt because he likes to chomp on his homeland. And when the crew started realizing it's just dirt, they threw it off board, making Dracula very cranky. That would be so funny. I would have loved it just as much if it was that. That would have made me really happy. God, that would be so cute. No, he does have to travel with the dirt of his homeland, because it's just vampire rules. But, yeah, no, he just eats all the crew. That's some What We Do in the Shadows shit. Yeah, that does feel like a plot line for an episode of What We Do in the Shadows. I really love that, though. That is very funny. Okay, so we got that done. We got this filled out and ready for some more stream ideas. What are some more stream ideas that we have? I'm just gonna really quick jot some things down. Right. The big thing that I want to talk about, I have run out of snoozes on ads. So we do need to run ads. I can't believe we've been doing this for like 2 hours already. This is also why I like sitting down and doing it, because I'm always like, oh yeah, I could just like, you know, write some stuff down in the morning. And it's like, no, no, no. Planning takes time, and that's okay. Like, look at how much I'm getting distracted with the stream, keeping me like accountable for keeping focus. Imagine when I don't have that going on. So these streams are a huge help to me. So I'm glad y'all are here. And the guy can't help it. He got the munchies after chewing his homegrown meat. That's really good. Okay. What was I gonna do? Right. We're gonna let the ads do their stinky thing. And I'll see you at the other side of them. I also need to stretch my legs real quick too. I'll be right back. See you soon. Hello. I walked back from petting the cats just as the ads finished. It's perfect timing. Ugh. Alright. How's I doing? Okay, let's see. Should probably try to find another. Here, let me turn off the snowfall. Turn on the little night sounds. And let's see. I'm pretty happy with the spirits we have now. Whoa, that's a cool song, but that's intense for right now. Music? That one will be intense too. Let's see. What is everybody up to tonight? Ooh, I know what I could play. Yes, yes, I know what I could play. Turn the shuffle off. We're just gonna go through the Oberdin OST. That's gonna be nice. Return of the Oberdin is such a cool game. No, I had such a good time playing that one. Come on. You're loading. I know you are. There we go. There it goes. "6:30 in the morning. I'm looking who to attack on the last art fight days. Yeah, it's starting to wrap up soon. I wish you all happy art fighting. I hope it's lots of fun. I've been loving all of the art that I've been seeing. I mean, that's always true, but it's been fun to see so many people I know being involved and having a really good time with it. I get so excited when I just see people just be really happy about the fights that they get and the fights that they do, and I'm like, ah, hell yeah. Enjoy about art. Hi, Prince. Hi, sweetie. Prince just gave me a little headbutt. Let's see. It's now. Right, stream ideas. And finding a new spirit. And then this one might be, instead of my usual 4 hours, I might just do 3. And have this be the last hour. Because there's stuff that I want to do that will probably just take up the last hour. And then I'm starting to feel a little sleepy, which is good. I still got an hour in me. What do we need for some of these spirits? Let's do this one, because I don't like having this space there. Okay, as I start my day, so that's going to be morning, in quiet meditation, sometimes I can sense another presence eyeing me curiously. Okay, so morning and activity, meditating. Ooh. Oh, the little fox is meditating with me too. Boop. Wait, and boop. Cute. Cool. So we're just meditating away. This slouch is very accurate to what happens to like everything that I wear. I have very sloped shoulders, and everything that I wear that has a slightly wide shoulder will go off my shoulder immediately. I used to get teased about it all the time because I would like wear jackets open, and then like at some point like part of the jacket would go off my shoulder, or a cardigan would go off my shoulder. And we would go like, "Oh, are you trying to look cool?" I'm like, "No, I just have tiny shoulders." I am just a small person. Like, I don't... It's not intentional. I'm not trying to look cool. I'm just tiny and clothes are made too big. Alright. Let's try to do... Wait, do I want... Hold on. Can I get rid of these? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's do these one at a time right now. And we're just gonna... it's a time for gifting with arbitrary incentives. Arbitrary incentives. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I believe you that the arbitrary incentives are appealing, but I don't know what it means. I would love to know. Okay, I'm just going to jot down streaming ideas and talk about the biggest one that I have for August, which is learning. So during August, what I want to do is, because I like streaming, trying to aim for 4 times a week, right? Like I like trying to aim for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And then it ends up going wherever it ends up. But those are the days I like aiming for. I was doing 2 creative days and 2 gaming days in July, but this month I want to do 3 creative days and 1 gaming day every week. And that's because this month I really want to stop not knowing how to do digital art. I think it will still take me a long time to get good at digital art, but like I want to be able to have that in my wheelhouse as an artist, because right now I'm very comfortable with traditional art. I love doing traditional art and I will still be doing it during August, but I want to be able to at least know the foundation so that I can start practicing digital art on a more regular basis. Different contexts. The art fight is giving points for every art you give, but the points don't matter for anything. Oh, okay. Oh, clothes swapping. I've been told also that it's appealing, and I'm like, I guess it's just clothes. Like I don't know. Like for me, it's just how I wear clothes because I got teeny tiny shoulders. But thank you, I guess. I guess there's no harm in it being appealing. But yeah, it's just like, that's also why I would get teased about it too. As I would have male coworkers tease me about it more often than not. And it was just like, clothes are big. Clothes are big. I don't know what to say. Clothes are big. I'm tiny. I'm tiny Mexican and clothes are big. But yeah, so 2 days a week, I'm going to be wanting to teach myself fundamentals in CSP and Live 2D. And 1 day a week will still be traditional art. So I will not be losing that or letting myself get out of practice with that either. Because there's still a lot of paintings that I want to work on. And then 1 day a week will be gaming, because I think it's nice to take that mental break sometimes too. Fellow small shoulders, I was told my shoulders started to slope because I was wearing very heavy backpacks, all the books when I went to school. Maybe that's how mine got so slopey too. Digital art is a lot of fun. Yeah. And that's the thing of like, I mean, I have a foundation in art. I've been doing traditional art my whole life, but transferring what I know about traditional art into digital art has been a huge challenge for me. And I feel like at least taking the time to learn how to operate in these programs, because I don't know how to do most of even basic things in these programs. I struggle with a lot of it so much. So yeah, I will be taking August to just teach myself the basics, like basically boot camping myself to at least know like those basics so that I can learn more over time and start to go like, that's an option that I have. Like, ooh, I want to make this piece of art now I have the option of doing it traditionally, doing it digitally, combining the two. Yeah, I think that could all be a lot of fun. But during those times that I'm learning 2D art, I am going to put in the title and put in the pins, hey, I'm learning, you can learn with me. Also, if you know how to use these tools and you are open to teaching me, please feel free to teach me from the chat, or please feel free to... Damsel! Hey, Damsel! Welcome on in! Hello! Hello, Damsel! What did you work on today, Damsel? And what did you do? Let me know. And hi, Raiders! Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Ale, and welcome to the cafe. Here at the cafe, we do a variety... I'm trying not to shake my webcam, so sorry. We do a variety of different things. I'm actually working on my schedule for August right now, where we're going to be doing... Hey, thank you for the follow! We're going to be doing... of our 4 stream a week goal, we're going to be doing 3 of those as creative streams and 1 as a gaming stream every week. And I'm going to be trying to use August to finally teach myself digital art skills and not just be stuck to only being able to do traditional, which I love traditional art, but I want to be able to have the freedom to choose to do digital if I want to. And for a lot of things that I want to do with this stream, I need to learn digital. But yeah, hi, welcome in. If you need to raid and run to take care of yourselves, please feel free to. We always want everybody to be cozy here at the cafe. I think Corel Paint or Krita might be a good transition. Yeah, Corel. Yeah, I just already have CSP, which is why I'm looking at that, but I'm going to look at those as well. Corel Paint and Krita. And I might mark those down. I'm hoping that learning the foundations in one will at least like give me the ability to try other ones and have some idea of what I'm doing there. I do have a tablet too, so that's the main thing as well, as I want to learn how to use a tablet. But yeah, what I was mentioning was that like played a demo of a new city builder called Town to City. Ooh, that sounds fun. Let me give you a little shout out. If you're not following Damsel, you should. Damsel is such a dear and has a really cool art style that I really like too. Paint Tool Sai. I've heard of Paint Tool Sai. I've not used it. I'll write down that as well. And yeah, today we are just working on making progress on some planning for August. During August, when I do those digital art learning streams, highly encourage people to learn along with me. But if you know what you're doing, feel free to yell at me from the chat, or if you are up to it, it will be an open call where if you're like, hey, I'm happy to jump onto call with you and actually walk you through this process, or like take you through, you know, XYZ fundamentals if you're up for it today in the program that you're working on, it is going to be more than welcome, and I will be happy to host anybody on that wants to do that. But I'm keeping it casual, and I'm keeping it very much of a, if you want to drop in and help me, or if you just want to do it from the chat, feel free to. But it will be a huge month of me just going, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to this. Please help. And I will be taking lots of notes. I will be lining up videos to follow along with to help me to learn the basics as well. So I will be giving myself like a course, but yeah, I will also be heavily encouraging people to tell me what to do. If you have an urge to backseat about digital art, oh wow, August is going to be your time to backseat to your heart's content about digital art. I really want to learn Live 2D as well, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do for the stream in Live 2D. So that's a thing that I want to teach myself the basics into. Conkles, thank you for the follow, and thank you for helping me hit a goal. You're lucky number 330. Thank you so much. Twitch Mobile is not working so good. Oh, okay. Take care, stars. Hope you have a good rest. Hi, Ray Banana. How do you bring back up chat rules after you close them on mobile? I think they are on the about page, I think. If they're not, I don't know. I'm sorry. The main chat rules, though, are mine are pretty standard. They're if you're this is an 18 and up stream, not because there's anything lewd or anything like that, but just because I don't have the resources to ensure that, you know, this will 100% be a space that can cater to making sure that's always safe for younger folks, and it just is less stress on me and less worry on me to make sure that's an 18 plus stream. What else is in the rules? No bigotry, which I don't expect any of Damsel's Damsel's viewers to be having a problem with at all. So yeah, it's no bigotry. I think oh, there's a note in there that sometimes I'm slow to read the chat. I don't read every chat out loud. But I will read all of chat eventually. I just sometimes am a little slower to do it than some other streamers, so I give a heads up about that in there. Basically to just say, like, if you think I didn't read anything yet, or something yet, you know, unless there's like 300 people in here or something, don't worry about resending it. I will read it. It's generally very calm in here, though, so I haven't had a problem keeping up with chats. I just take a little while. And what else is in my rules? I don't even remember my own rules. Oh, if anybody has a VIP little diamond, they're people that I know offline. And so I just ask that you be very kind to anybody that has the little diamond on there, because they're people that I know offline. So usually they're dear friends of mine that have been friends for a really long time. That's it. I have very simple rules because I haven't needed to add more rules, and I hope that stays that way for a long time to come. But yeah, thank you. I trust you, Rebanana 420. There's not anything you'll be calling shotgun. Thank you, Conkles. You hit 200 followers today. Damsel, congrats. Congrats. That rules. Speaking of catching up with chat, I'm catching up now. It's like if Tiny Glade was a town builder. Oh, that's cool. And people-centric too, no cars. Oh, that rules. I like that a lot. It sounds like a nice chill time. And thank you for reading in. Oh, also, yeah, it's not in my rules, but my auto mod is still learning. So sometimes I take a minute to allow things in. But don't panic. If I ever miss something in the auto mod, because it does have a timer sometimes, but I didn't mention it directly, don't take that as me being passive aggressive about not allowing a thing. It just means that I literally missed the timer. If I don't point it out directly, it means that I don't care. You can totally say that thing, but my auto mod is very hyper vigilant. Because I don't always catch up to chat. It just seems better to keep automod on hypervigilance. But yeah, if I ever have an issue with something that you said, I will bring it up. But that being said, it's very rare that there's ever any issues, so have no fear. Relax. Enjoy yourself, and I hope you have a good time. Yeah, you better not have any bigots. I would be shocked if you did. But if you do, I'll snipe them. I'll let you know. Oh, okay, yeah. Please don't get too personal with me or about yourself. Yes, don't. And that's basically the big, like, don't dox yourself. Uh, don't. That's the polite way of saying don't flirt with me. Don't do it. That is an immediate way to get yourself banned. I don't want to taint this honest pace with my degenerate presence. Yeah, just be like low key degenerate. Um, Also has a pretty. Oh, I love voxels. That's cool. Oh, thank you, damsel. That's so nice. Good, snipe them all. Yeah, I'll snipe them and I'll let them know so that you can snipe them too. We'll have a sniping party. But yeah, no, I imagine anyone that was at your stream is very cool and very chill and more than welcome at the cafe. So, very happy to have you all. I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy, which is good. I usually go for like 4 hours, but I'll probably just go for a little over 3 today. What was I saying? Right, so learning. We're going to be doing learning. I will probably change up the days I do CSP and live 2D just so that I don't get too monotonous with them. And get bored. And I'll switch them up with the days I do traditional art too. But now I gotta think of, so I definitely want to do a community movie night again. So I'll double check. Like 97% sure Carnival of Souls is in public domain. But if it's not, I will find a different movie that will be really cool. But I really liked watching public domain movies with you guys. And they're public domain, so they're safe to watch on stream. But that was really fun doing that with Phantom of the Opera this month. So we'll do that. Games I want to do this month. I really want to finish Beyond Good and Evil. So we'll find a day to do that. And then also I want to finish Golden Sun because we're almost done with that. And I would love to get those two actually finished this month. But then beyond that, maybe some more puzzle games because we have a few. And just kind of lean into like really doing cozy gaming days on the days when we're not doing art. So that could be very fun. What else do I want to do this month? If I end up doing cooking streams this month, if I finally end up doing cooking streams this month, they are going to be a surprise. And I'm leaving it at that, because every time I schedule them, something happens. They're cursed. But if I leave it as a surprise, I feel like maybe I'll have better luck. So hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Oh my god, I almost forgot. On YouTube, there was a 1944 version, and then there were none. I'll have to double check, because sometimes there's stuff that's free on YouTube that shouldn't be, it just hasn't been dinged yet. But, oh, I'm gonna check that out. Because, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Phantom was super fun. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say, Banana. Also, you have a very good username. I hope you have a good night. Oh my gosh, Kira, who is that little guy? Oh, a Sneeble. I love this little Sneeble. Oh, a Sneeble. Good Sneeble. I watched it 5 times. Nice. Maybe you'll watch it a 6th year. Or I'll put it on the list because I don't know. It might be nice to kind of start doing a monthly community cozy movie watch of some really old classics because there's so much in the public domain now. We live in a time where we have some real good classic foundational movies in the public domain. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't want to do it all the time, but I think once a month would be pretty cool. Yeah, like, we're at a really good time for some good bangers. Good bangers. You can tell whenever I'm talking a lot with my hands because the camera will start shaking. Trying not to shake the camera. I know that can be a little dizzying for some folks. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. This Saturday. So this Saturday, me and 3 friends, including Meister, who is here a lot of the time. We don't have the time yet, but I will post around when we do. But we're going to make a group of 4 to play a game that we have all been looking forward to a lot. And I know me and Meister have been looking forward to this game ever since they started announcing it, which is a game from Strange Scaffold, love Strange Scaffold to death, called Kaiju Co-op Cooking. And so it's going to be me, it's going to be Edible Toaster, it's going to be S-Rank Streams, and it's going to be Meister Jazz are going to team up to cook for the kaiju, against the kaiju. I don't know. I haven't looked at anything about the game beyond just the concept, because the concept alone made me go, yes. And I've been saving myself from any spoilers on it. And I'm so excited to play with friends. I didn't find out it was 4-player until my friend Edible Toaster brought it up a few days ago, and I was like, oh. And they were like, yeah, so we should like have a group of 3. And I was like, me and Meister are gonna play, so how about with your group of 2 and our group of 2, we make the full group of 4? And it was like, hooray! And it was like, yeah. So that's gonna happen on Saturday. Don't have a time yet. I think it will be in the afternoon or the evening, Eastern Standard Time. But I will let people know, and I will put it on the schedule and post around about it once we decide on a time. But that's gonna be cool. Meister, yeah! Meister debut. And, yeah, other than... So that for sure is gonna happen then. So Kaiju Co-op. Kaiju Co-op, which is releasing tomorrow. They had a big open playtest for it, so they let it be available for free for people to playtest and just playtest the shit out of it. So that's really cool of them. But the playtest ended, or is ending, once the game releases. So they're basically letting it be playtestable until the launch tomorrow, which is like... Strange Scaffold is so generous. So yeah, that's really cool that they did that and just like let the game be a free full demo for that whole time. I wonder if it's just something new that they're trying to, because they're like, why not? Like, why not see how that's going to work out? Let me see. I can get like the exact amount of hours where it's going to open up. Kaiju. It will unlock in 8 hours. So, if you want to play test it, it will be play testable for free still for the next 8 hours. Which means is not necessarily the launch release of the game yet. So if there's bugs and stuff like that, well, yeah, because it's a playtest. But me and my friends will be playing this Saturday with the full version, And yeah, we've been waiting for this game for many months now. So I'm super excited to finally play it. So that will definitely be on Saturday. I almost forgot completely about that. Excited. I'm excited. And yeah, we should figure out a time pretty soon. When you playtest and find bugs, yes, if you playtest it within the next 8 hours of it being free, say thank you for being able to playtest it by reporting any bugs that you find. Because that is what actually helps. We got a level up. Ooh. Ooh, cool. There's another spirit that we can find. And also, spirit decks. We found... What is this little frog? Oh my god. Flutter frog. Aww. Flutter frogs have round, pudgy bodies and tiny butterfly-like wings. Their wings can barely support their attempts to fly, but that doesn't stop them from trying their best. Their stretchy forms can hold an abundance of spirit energy, making them popular choices for witches looking for a familiar. In fact, if they are able to reach a peaceful state of mind, their innate energy helps them float gracefully. Unfortunately, this only lasts while in a trance-like state. Ever since I found out that flutter frogs from other regions have their own distinct wing patterns, I wonder where they got that idea from. I've been sketching each different design as I come across them in my travels. I'd love to be able to catalog them all someday. That's really cool. Okay, now we have, this is a new one we could find. During my after dinner stretches, I felt the presence of a curious spirit. Okay, after dinner, so it'd be night. I think, right? Oh, let me hydrate. A trans-like state. This space is always a safe space for trans rights, is correct. See, like, you can't get me to argue passionately about a tier list, but you can get me to argue passionately about trans rights because, yeah, like, those are the things that matter to me. That's what I save my energy for. Okay, so nighttime and stretches, I guess, would not be meditating. Oh, stretching. Nice. Okay, cool. We've got the stuff ready. That reminds me, especially since I'm cramping, I did some bedtime yoga last night, and I need to do it again tonight. Make sure I stretch out. This is very nice stretching music. Success! What did you get, damsel? Oh, you got the worm. The worm is one of my favorites that I wrote. You got handed a small worm, no bigger than your palm. It sings you a song you haven't heard since childhood. Yes. I'm a silly creature in a deeply anti-whimsy world. You can always be whimsical here, conkles. This space is safe for trans rights and whimsy. Always, always. New spirits. Yeah. Oh, so this one's new to you too. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen the one we're going for now. We'll see if it comes up before the end of stream. That'd be cool. Oh, you got the spam one. That's a very whimsical drink from a whimsical person. Yes, princesses love whimsy, it's true. Definitely something as we go on in the month and as we get into September. I love Halloween. I love this place being I love Spammy, yeah. Spammy is good. Spammy is good frog. Good bean. What was I saying? Right, Halloween. One of my goals for the cafe is, yes, I want it to be nice and cozy, but I also love cozy horror and I love cozy spooky vibes. So I always want there to be cozy spooky vibes here. Um, and I definitely want to find ways to increase that as well. And so we will be finding more spooky things to do and to play as we get closer and closer to actual Halloween. And then, I mean, we'll always keep that spirit going all the time, anyways. But yeah, I am excited to start really gearing into Halloween season for all of September. And we'll start kind of rolling into there as we get towards the end of August. And something that we're going to do towards end of September / beginning of October. I don't have a date set yet, but we're going to do window shopping. We did window shopping last year. So if you want to see the window shopping stream we did last year, that is on the VOD channel. And that one we did with big box stores, like big corporate stores, stuff like that. We were very silly with it. But it was a very good time because I love doing Halloween window shopping every year. This year, I don't think that any corporation needs more clicks. But you know who does need more clicks? Independent artists. And so I am going to make a giant list of independent artists that have cool, spooky things or spooky adjacent horror or horror adjacent stuff. And we're going to do holiday window shopping with only independent artists this year. This music is a very triumphant sounding thing for this plan. But it is going to be only independent artists. It is going to be as many as I can possibly like cram into 1 to 2 streams. And it's going to be a really good time. And I'm going to make a huge spreadsheet so that you can find all of the people. So if you see a store and you're like, oh, whoa, I want to follow that artist and support them and buy their stuff, you'll be able to because you'll have the links. And you'll be able to follow them and support them. So, yes. Yes. It's going to be fun. And that's going to be great. Yes, I love Addams Family too. Yeah, like Addams Family. I think Addams Family is a good comparison note. That's about the level of spooky that we'll have here. It's never going to be terrifying to be at the cafe, but the vibes will be akin to like Addams Family, you know? Whimsical horror. Christmas starts in December. Yeah. I don't usually do a lot for Christmas other than have like, once we get to November and December, I like having streams for people to escape to if for any reason they need an escape. And yeah, I'll do some of those around then. But we'll keep the spooky vibes going and we'll really, really, really lean hard into it. A game I've been re-watching a playthrough that I really love that was done by Jesse Cox and Dodger was The Letter. And the more that I watch it, the more that I'm like, man, I had a lot of fun playing that game. Like it didn't have like groundbreaking systems or anything like that, but it just did a really good job at what it was doing. And I really like it. It might be a little too spooky for some folks, but I think it's one that if you brave it out, you will be very pleased about braving it out. So I'm tempted to play through that again. I'm tempted to play through that maybe in October. It is a longer game, but it's really good. Yeah, I will be finding too many spooky games to really roll into, which is why I'm like, no, we're starting in September. Halloween starts in September. We are absolutely going like full hog into Halloween starting in September because there's going to be too much. That's going to be great. Hey, Cheesy! My local friends host a Christmas night on 23rds each year. Yeah! Yeah, I usually, hopefully I'll do it this year. Last year I was finishing my law degree and was very stressed, and so I ran out of the energy to do it. But I usually like doing a, like, quote-unquote orphans Thanksgiving. I don't have family to go hang out with at Thanksgiving unless I get invited to friends' family stuff, which I do pretty often, but I do like hosting a dinner for folks that are in a similar situation for whatever reason. Either they can't go home, there isn't a home, or they don't want to go home. All is welcome. Or they can go home, but they're also in town and they want to do this too. It's like, cool, you get bonus dinner. So yeah, hopefully I will do that again this year. And if I do, I would love to show you all some of the cooking that I do, and teach you all how to cook some good, tasty stuff for your own friends. You won't be invited to the actual IRL dinner party. That will be just for people who know me offline. But we can have kind of like a mini hangout for anybody that needs just kind of a break from family for whatever reason. No questions asked at Orphan Thanksgiving. I like doing the same kind of thing around the holidays too. Yeah. So that should be fun, but that's months away. We're way too far away to think too much about that right now. Parasocial relationships. Restrain yourselves. If I hosted anything for Christmas, also if we lived anywhere. Aw, thank you, damsel. I appreciate that. I have very limited hosting space, so I have to keep my list of people that I invite to anything very small. But if I had a big house, you would have an invite too. But I do not. I have a little tiny New York City apartment. I thought you were streaming. Let's see. What else? Is there anything else I didn't get done or talk about before we finish? I think that's good for now. What was I talking about? Yeah, so lots of stuff to look forward to. House in the middle of the street. Yeah. Lots of stuff to look forward to. We'll do lots of spooky art on stream too, I'm sure, because I just tend to make spooky art. Looking forward to learning a bunch of things, and a big goal in September is going to be... Let me see. When does my... So the pre-built overlay that I have, I can only use for... Hey, Sen! Hello, hello. Good morning, Sen. I only have this pre-built overlay for... I don't know how much more time. Don't do that. Boop. Will it show me? I need to set up hotkeys one day. That's a whole nother thing. It's either in September or October. I know that. I don't know when it's going to expire. But yeah, got myself on sale like a discount to being able to use like a lot of premium features on Streamlabs and stuff like that. Like getting close to a year ago, and I'm not gonna renew that. Not because it's worth it. It's just like I want to move away from that and not spend money on that right now, even if I have a job by the time that that subscription comes up. So a big goal for September is making sure that I have my own overlay so that I don't just have a naked stream again. So yeah, learning digital art fundamentals will help me build out some of the things I want to build for my overlay. So that's going to be September. September, we're going to be rolling into spooky month and overlay building and stream building. So that's something to look forward to. Hey, Ezra. You can rent an overlay. Yeah, this is rented. This one's pre-made. Like, and it's nice because it has all of the interstitial screens and stuff like that. It does have other stuff as well. Like, it does have an offline screen and stuff that I never use. And it has a lot of stuff just built into it that just made life a lot easier for me and a lot less stressful to kind of learn about streaming and getting used to it, and giving myself kind of like a runway to slowly learn things over time, which I have been. So it did exactly what I needed it to do, which was make my stream feel more fun for me to do, while I gave myself more time to learn things without struggling and feeling like my stream was lackluster, you know? Not that you need a fancy overlay for your stream to be nice. There are lots of people's streams I watch that have very basic overlays, or not any overlay at all. One of my favorite streamers, like Manly Badass Hero, has like no overlay. So you can do whatever, but for me, I really wanted a nice overlay, and so that was a gift I gave to myself a year ago so that I would feel excited about streaming without feeling like, but I don't have an overlay. Like, I just didn't want that popping into my head over and over. But now I want to make my own, and save money. So yeah, that'll be fun. You don't have to have an overlay ever. You added a boy. Congratulations on your overlay boy. I hope your overlay boy is hard at work. No, it's honestly like, you don't need to have anything except the things that you want. And if anybody's like, oh, this person doesn't have an overlay, then you don't want them as a viewer anyways. I know nobody is like here just because I have a rented overlay that looks nice. Your boy, your good time boy. You know, but it was something that was holding me back at first, and now my next step is gonna be doing my own. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to fully switch to OBS yet, because the free version of Streamlabs is pretty good too. I just need to build my own stuff in it. But I do really like having a visual interface. It does make things feel a little less overwhelming to have a visual interface for things. So I don't know if I'm going to make that switch yet. But I'm not too worried about it because they're virtually the same software. I just hate the way that OBS looks. That's all it is. I just hate the way that OBS looks. But eventually I'll switch over to OBS too, because it is more versatile in the long run. But that can be a next step after I do all my overlay stuff, because then I can just transfer that stuff over. So, no rush. That's a big thing that I always like making sure of in all of the side project stuff, is never wanting to feel rushed to have to do something. And especially for anything related to streaming, I always want it to be fun for me. If it's not fun anymore, I don't stream anymore. And that's that. If streaming ever becomes something that I feel like I must do, I don't want to do it. And it doesn't feel like that. It is something that I very much enjoy doing and that I love doing. And so I love experimenting with these new things to keep it not interesting, because it is interesting to me, but like keep it really exciting, and keep it growing, and be something that I feel proud of, because I really feel proud of being here and streaming and doing the stuff that I do, and I feel proud that I can give something nice to all of you. You know, hopefully nice to all of you. Or you just leave as soon as you have no overlay. Ah, beans. Ah, beans. Ah, no. But yeah, but that won't happen because there won't be a day where it's naked without an overlay. It'll be one overlay one day, and then the next day it'll be like, what the hell? This is completely different looking, and it'll be like, surprise, the overlay's done. But you'll see bits and pieces of that being built on the stream, because I feel like that will be fun to do together. Slash, also, people can give me advice about it too. Did I miss a... no, okay. I thought I missed a thing. Yeah, thank you, damsel. That's on my list too. I want to figure out emotes to do, but I'm like, well, once I know more about digital art, it will be easier to do emotes. I could do traditional art emotes, but eventually I would have to transfer it into digital to at least edit them. So it's like I still need to know the foundations of digital tools to be able to do that. So even if I do traditional emotes, I still need to teach myself some stuff. So yeah, August is going to be fun. A lot of learning. September is going to be a lot of building. We're going to get spooky all the way through. We're going to do window shopping, and then October we're going to be celebrating Halloween all month long, baby. All month long. All month long is going to be Halloween. And hopefully I have an overlay by then to give some little Halloween treatments too. I have ideas. I have so many ideas. I am going to be learning CSP and Live 2D. And it's going to be an open door, open call of like... Well, I'm not going to say open call, because then that makes it confusing. It is going to be an open door of, hey, do you want to backseat me about how to do this thing? Please feel free to. So I will be putting it up everywhere so that everybody knows they are welcome to help me figure out things. I will be making like a list of tutorials and things to follow along with and to watch and to go. So if anybody wants to learn alongside with me, I will be sharing everything that I use, so that you can learn along with me. But if you know already and you want to teach me, please, for the love of God, feel free to teach me. You have more experience than I do already. So yeah, it'll be open to anybody saying that in the chat. It will also be open if anybody... Yeah, I'm excited to learn it. There's specific things I really want to use it for. But I need to learn how to actually use the program. If anybody wants to jump into a call with me and feels like they would have an easier time like verbally telling me how to do things, or they're like, oh, hey, actually, if you want to take a break from some of your tutorials and learn this specific thing, let me know, and I'll hop on a call with you and take you through the process of doing this thing. Yeah, feel free to tell me that, and I will be happy to have you and be ever so grateful for you taking the time to give me your knowledge. So I will be openly learning and openly welcome to any advice anybody wants to give. So yeah, that should be fun. I think it would be, it felt like a fun way to tackle learning a thing that I've been putting off. Taking the time to just like knuckle down and like learn foundations of for a while. And I am fortunate enough to be in a community with so many creative people in it that, yeah, I hope some of you will yell at me about what I'm doing right or wrong. Or to even tell me things like, hey, I know you're just learning. You're doing that in the most batshit way possible, and there's a better way to do it. Like, tell me, correct me. So, if you want a backseat, you can backseat to your heart's content in August. Backseating August. But otherwise, I don't think we found the little spirit. That's okay. We'll get him next time. This was productive. I am getting tired, so I am going to write us out somewhere before ads hit again. And let's see. We'll see if I stream tomorrow night or not. I'm thinking not, because I'm already starting to cramp. So I will probably be dead to the world tomorrow. Such is having a uterus, unfortunately. Where could we go? Where could we go? There's a... Wait a minute! Stuff is streaming! Okay, we're gonna go raid stuff, because I never get a chance to raid stuff, because we're never streaming in the same times. And I'm probably gonna fall asleep to Steph's stream anyways. So, I'm gonna take you to Steph. Be nice, be polite. If you're not following Steph, when we get there, go and follow. And let Steph know that we got her drink order, and it's definitely safe to drink. ... I'll come up with better raid messages during September. Okay, bye.